Hello and welcome to the Zone 14 show. It's the podcast where football topics and opinions are discussed in detail.
Well, it's your opinion, you know. Again, it's a game of opinions, and you've got a right to your opinion, but I've also got a right to my opinion.
I'm joined by Monk, my good friend Monk. How are you doing, Monk?
I'm good, I'm excited.
I'm Harry, and we are the hosts of the show. So, Zone 14, what does that mean, Callum? What does that...
So, Zone 14 is where most goals are created or even scored in the game of football. So, it makes sense to name our podcast Zone 14 because this is where all the ideas start.
So, Zone 14, let's just have a quick chat about this. So, zones of the pitch, how many zones is there in this?
There's 18 zones.
And where is Zone 14?
Just outside of the edge of the box. It's kind of like the Scholesy, classic Scholes where you'd hit them from a corner.
Yeah.
Bradford.
Oh, yeah. I watched that video this morning.
Unbelievable.
Bradford, yeah. Okay, so the first topic of the podcast is going to be No Hunger in Paradise. Now, this was a documentary on BT Sport, and me and Monk, we watched it together on our dinner at work, using our time very well. And it's quite interesting. The title is quite interesting, No Hunger in Paradise. So let's just break that down. So, No Hunger in Paradise. What's the paradise?
Well, from the way the documentary was set out, it was kind of like that academy football is paradise because that's where dreams are made for young footballers, where they think they've got everything going for them, where it can just be swiped away so quickly.
And no hunger. Where does this part come from?
Well, they're given so much so soon at a young age.
Yeah.
Because it was spoken about in the documentary, there was kids being picked up by academies at the age of 3, which is crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
These kids can't even spell their own name, but yet they're being taken on by an academy.
And why would they be picked up at such a young age? Is this because they can just kick a ball harder than all the children around them? Is it, or is there some real talent there that they can see already?
It's a tough one to say because what can you see in a 3-year-old? I don't know. Maybe they're physically more developed than somebody on their team or who they're playing with. I don't know.
But then when you sent me the article about, was it Lisbon's academy or Benfica?
Yes.
Sporting Lisbon.
Lisbon's, yeah.
And the guy was saying that this guy was pointing out a person that was a good player, but he said he was done because he was already fully developed at 15.
Yeah.
So developing too early, is this...
It could be because I've seen a picture of Ross Barkley when he was 12 years old, and he looks 18, 19. But and then he started off his career with a great bang, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had 1 or 2 good seasons at Everton, and now it's plateaued. So maybe he peaked at the age of 21. We don't know.
Well, he's gone to Chelsea now. That was a big move, the move that he wanted. He wanted to get out at Everton. He wasn't getting in the side.
He wasn't doing anything, was he?
So he's gone to Chelsea, and has he played yet? I
don't think so. If he has, he's made.
In fact, I know he's come on as a sub a few times, I think, and he played one game quite. He played nearly a full game, I think, because he came on early as a sub. Unless I'm just making that up, but he's not done anything to stand out yet.
Nothing at all. And you just think, what's his mindset now? Why did he even go to Chelsea if he wasn't getting in at Everton? Because these are the champions of England. Well, obviously City are most likely to be the champions soon, but he's not going to get a sniff.
No, England squad coming up this summer in the World Cup. Is he going to?
No mention of him, is there? They played the first friendly against. Who did they play? Holland,
yeah, and then you got Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain getting in the side in central midfield.
Yeah,
he moved to Liverpool to play in central midfield. Is he? Do you think he'll be getting in the squad?
I'd like to think so because there was so much talk about him when he was coming through at Southampton, and then he made that move.
But was this not as a winger?
Yeah, he was a bit like Theo Walcott. He was banging on. He wanted to play as a striker.
Yeah.
Whereas Chamberlain said, "Oh, I want to go more central and play the big role and dictate games."
But if you're picking up 150 grand a week, would you not just play wherever? I'd play at centre half if I had to, if I were picking up that much.
It's crazy. I'd be the kit man. I don't care. It's just...
So, no hunger. And then you get these players that are professional now. Ross Barkley is a good example. And he's made it into the first team at Everton after coming through the ranks, and then he's not playing as he has been playing, and he moves to Chelsea. He's still not playing. Is the hunger there when he makes it pro and gets a pro contract? When are they getting these pro contracts? Like you were telling me what Man City do when they give the players a car, isn't it? If you want to explain that.
Yeah, because Mercedes they provide City with the cars for every single player, whether you're Aguero or you're coming through at the age of 16. And then as soon as you pass your driving test at Man City, you've got a company car, so to speak, which is a brand new Merc. I can't remember what they are, but to have a Merc at the age of 17, 18 is just phenomenal. And then if you're really good, you get I can't remember, it's like the bigger version of the A180. And you just think, my word. And then you don't have to pay insurance because it's a company car.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. So these kids are coming through on like 10 grand a week, which is phenomenal. And then they're getting these things given to them, which people at the age of 40, 50, they're dreaming of. They've worked hard for their whole life.
Do you think the way that football is going now, with players asking for so much when they're 25, 26, when they're hitting the peaks, like Sanchez, City rejected Sanchez because he wanted, what was it, 300 grand a week?
Crazy money.
Do you think this is trickling down into the youth system? Like they're seeing Phil Ford, and he'll be training with the first team squad, and he's seeing like Kevin De Bruyne, and he's thinking, I can make it there, and I want this much money.
Yeah, possibly. You never know. But I think a lot of it comes down to the people that you've got around you as well. Yeah. Because if you come from a working class family, I don't know Foden at all, but he's just the example, isn't he? But if you've got a good core around you, your family,
a grounded family.
Yeah, exactly. If you've got them good people that are going to keep you grounded, then they'll keep you in check. I'd like to think, anyway.
Yeah, I think that is important. If you come from the right background, then you've got the work ethic to make it, and you want to make it more than these other players. Do you think that plays a role?
Possibly. It's
because if I grow up and I've got my mum or my dad and they're just loaded, and I want something, and they're just getting at me. Yeah. Is that going to just change my view and think, I don't have to work as hard as someone else? And I know football is a completely different thing to a normal job, like training for a normal job, but football is different. And do you think that the background plays a part in the hunger aspect?
Yeah, it could do. I know what you're saying, because definitely there's that lack of appreciation if there's somebody like that. But yet, it might have the reverse effect. They might really appreciate what they have got. Yeah. And their parents might be phenomenal hard workers. They might work 20 hours a day.
Oh, yeah, I'm not denying the fact that the parents will have worked hard, and then surely if they've worked hard, the child will sort of just get that in the genes. Yeah. But will they, because they're getting given these things when they're young, do you think that will have the lasting effect? Because they might have the talent to get it into an academy, but then they've got to work hard every day.
Yeah, then the level, aren't they, with people? They've not got that advantage as... Yeah. I know what you're saying. It could do, because you see these, like Wayne Rooney, for example, he came into the first team at Everton, scored that wonder goal against Arsenal. Yeah. David Seaman, they were like, were they coming off the Invincible season?
I think that was just like the season after, wasn't it?
Crazy. And then apparently he was still playing football just at his local park or on the streets with his mates, and you just think there's nobody doing that now. There's 14-year-olds with agents. Yeah, they're not allowed to play on the street.
Is this a growing problem when they're being restricted in their football? So if they're in an academy, they can only play when they're at the academy training or in a match, and they've not got the going home, playing out with your mates, having a kickabout, on a local park. Like when we used to go and have a kickabout on a local park, that's the football you love. Yeah, yeah. It might not be, you've got all the best players around you. Like if you're in an academy, you've got all these other players as good as you and better than you. And then you go to the park, it's all fun and games. Yeah. Do you think the love needs to still be there? Do you think they should be allowed to go home and play the football at home?
Yeah, definitely. The reason they play football is because they love it.
Yeah.
That's why they started. But if it's forced upon them, it becomes like homework. A child doesn't come home from school every single day and think, oh, I want to do my homework.
Yeah.
Whereas if they're being sent home from school or the academy and do they want a rest? Do they need rest? I don't know. It's a tricky one because there's so much going on in this child's life and you don't know the pressures that come from inside the academy that it could just be far too much for them and it not appeal to them. An example, probably like my cousin or second cousin, he was picked up by an academy local to us, a Premier League club at the time, at the age of 8, and then this is quite a good example actually thinking about it now, that he played at this club for 2 years. His dad fell out with one of the coaches at this club and he took him out of that academy and went to one of the biggest clubs in the world and got in there.
Man United.
Exactly, yeah. And he's playing in the same team as Johnny Evans, Darren Gibson. There was somebody else, I can't remember who it was. But obviously there was a few graduates in the team that he was playing with. And my cousin, he was playing under 14s at international level. No, sorry, he was playing under 16s at international level when he was 14, so he's playing a year above. At international level, he was a crazy player. But he got injured and the club just ignored him for 8 months. And he just thought, I'm probably one of the best players in this team. He said, I'm out injured and they're not even looking after me, sort of thing. Yeah. And then he kind of just felt like a number instead of an individual. Yeah. And then he came back and it was never quite the same. He kind of lost that enthusiasm to play well for the club.
Well, that's anyone. If you don't get appreciated at your workplace or wherever, then you're going to lose the passion. Does this come in where the clubs have got a responsibility? Are the youth, are they players or are they people?
Yeah, exactly. This is it. Because you've got to think of it. These kids have so much going on. Like you've got even at the age of 11, they've got the SATs.
Yep, SATs are being pressurised massively now. So they've got all that work to do. Then they've got, if they're at an academy, they're training 2-3 times a week, 1 or 2 games a week as well. You're losing all those nights. You're not socialising with your friends as much. If you're lucky, you might have 1 or 2 friends at the academy, but if you're not, then you're losing all this time, and then you're not growing as a person.
Exactly. Football becomes your only, I don't even know what it would be. It's not even an outlet to go and have fun anymore, is it?
No, because if you're under that much stress and pressure to succeed, and I mean, well, I've never been in this situation, but if I was 11 years old and I was at an academy and they're pressuring me and they're saying, like, what do they say to them? They say, this could be your job. I'm going to feel the pressure then, because and because I know that these players are on massive amounts of money, and if I can make it there, then I've made it. But then there's the pressure on myself. I'm pressurising myself. I've got the pressures of school. I've got the academy pressuring me as well. So am I a person to them, or am I just a money-making tool?
So many questions, isn't there? It must be horrible for some kids to have to deal with that. Yeah. Whereas some might take that pressure in their stride. It might not be healthy. Yeah. But they can probably deal with it better than some. But then going back to what we said, the working class family compared to maybe the rich boy sort of thing. If the middle class kid, the working class kid feels that pressure to provide for his family long term, thinking, I can buy my mum this, dad this, and blah blah blah. There's more pressure on them than the rich kid, because they're thinking, well, football, mum and dad are fine. It's only for me, really.
So does that then have an effect on how hard they're going to work? Is it in their conscience? Yeah. If they're a working class and they're thinking like, my mum and dad, they're all right, but they can't get all the nice things that they want to do, and they want to get me. Does that play on their mind then? They've got to work harder.
It must do. I know it would for me.
And then the pressure, do the parents have an influence? In the No Hunger in Paradise, it was showing, it was talking about how parents are pressuring the children as well, and that it's a really big thing. Like, I've been driving past a field near my house, a football field, and they put that yellow tape up at the side of the pitch, so parents have to stand behind this. And is this? That's not going to stop them from shouting and pressuring. And then afterwards as well, I've heard people talk, not even just in football, but putting the pressure on their own child to succeed. Like, I know someone who used to run competitively, like proper good top level running, like for nearly Lancashire level.
Wow.
And they'd come first or second in a race, they'd win the race, and they'd go back, and the parent would say, "Oh, did you beat your personal best?" Not bothered about the victory.
Yeah.
So and is it usually, I'm stereotyping now, but it's usually going to be the father wanting to live their life through the son.
Yeah. You see it all the time. We won't be talking about it if it wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
If it didn't happen, nobody would speak about it. And you see the way that grassroots football is. There's so much pressure on the kids, and it's the grassroots. These kids may never get to an academy level, never mind professional. They might not even get a trial at a professional club. But it baffles me, because what are parents' priorities? Is it about the child having fun and loving football?
Yeah.
Or is it, like you said, trying to live their dream through their son or daughter?
Yeah.
And you just think you need to get a perspective on reality. What is it the starting for turning pro? Is it one in?
It's a massive, like it's under 1%, I think, isn't it?
It's bonkers. And then you've got I don't even know how much these parents know. Do they know the numbers that it dwindles down to?
Yeah. Do they know that the chance that their child is going to make it is very slim, unless they are a real talent?
Yeah. It makes you wonder, because you got, in Lancashire alone, how many clubs are there that are professional?
There's so many, like lower league clubs as well. No, League One, and League One is full of the Northwest clubs.
Yes, exactly. And then you've got the Manchester clubs.
Yeah, Merseyside.
So just the Northwest alone, there's so many clubs there. Maybe parents think, oh, there's so many professional clubs around. My kid's got to get in there, surely.
Yeah.
It baffles me.
But there's already so many players. And there's so many players at different ages.
Yeah.
There's all the players around the world. I mean, the amount of players coming from abroad now. I mean, even in the lower leagues, you're seeing foreign players come in. A lot of African players and from African nations. They're not going to get in the international side, but they're coming from over there and coming to play in England. Yeah. And they're playing in the lower leagues. League One and League Two, and that's still a decent level in terms of the ladder in England.
Yeah, and if you think of the money aspect as well, the money's not short in the lower leagues now.
So, there's some big clubs in League One. Blackburn and Wigan, top of the table, they're top three, and they're both pumping. Yeah. Well, Blackburn especially this season have pumped a lot of money in trying to get back up, and that will take players from League One to the next level. Yeah. Like Bradley Dack, he's been in League One. He was touted by Bristol City last season in the Championship, and they said no. I think they were going to get over $1 million as well. I'm sure it was a $1 million plus transfer for him, and then they've kept him, and then he's gone to Blackburn for $750,000. Wow. And he'll be on the decent money, and then they'll move up to the Championship, and he'll get a wage rise there. Yeah. And there's other players as well, that are doing well in the lower leagues, and will they get a move? Nick Powell, he's another one from Wigan. Is he going to stay at Wigan, or is he going to move up? When they'll almost certainly go up, Wigan. They're in the pole position, really, to go up. Is he going to sell him if they get like a big offer? Because a Championship team, you've seen it before, especially with the Premier League panicking about getting, they see a good player in the Championship, and they're not really panicking as such, but they try and snap him up, take a punt on him. When they're in the Championship to get him cheaper. Yeah, that's what United did with Zaha, weren't it? Yeah, really. Yeah, because he was. Yeah, but that flopped, didn't it, big time. But then maybe going back to that
that mentality. Maybe when Zaha got to United, it never worked. Maybe he thought, oh my goodness, I've made it big time here. I can just sit on the bench here. I can make a few appearances now and again. And then, obviously, it didn't work out. And then he's gone to Palace.
Back to Crystal Palace.
Back to Palace. And he's
he's the main man.
He's the main man. So it just, your environment creates your mentality.
Yeah.
And you as an individual allow your mentality to be manipulated positively or negatively.
Do you think what has a bigger effect on a player? Playing games, like at the first team of whatever club they're at, playing first team matches, or the training, the standard that they're getting in the training ground? Because if we talk about Zaha, so he's at Crystal Palace, he's playing every week, he's getting good experience, then he moves up to United, he's training probably with the best some of the best coaches in the world, best facilities in the world, but he's not playing. What's going to have a bigger effect? Or will they both even out as such?
Probably depends on the player, doesn't it? Because if you think at Palace compared to United, it's a very small pond. Would you like to be a big fish in a small pond, or a medium-sized fish or a small fish in a very, very big pond? And it must I don't understand, because especially a player like Zaha, he's got that flair play to him, hasn't he? And that type of player loves the attention. Yeah. Which, I'm not stereotyping him, but that is the type of player that wants the attention. Yeah. It's like a Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho, he was never going to shy away from the camera, was he?
No.
Just because of the way he plays alone. And then you look at maybe Messi. It's just unbelievable. The work ethic that he's shown. Yeah. Throughout the years, I don't know. It must just come down to individualism. It must do.
Because I used to prefer training, but I wasn't getting the game time when we were in the same team. I wasn't getting the game time, but I used to love training anyway.
It just preps you, doesn't it, for that bettering yourself. Yeah. When you get that opportunity, go and take it.
Yeah, it's like repetitive. Repeating everything. If you're doing a dribbling drill, even if it's just the simplest of drills, you keep doing it and you keep doing it, and your muscle memory will come there, and you're building that skill or attribute up. Yeah. And then in the game, you might not get the practice, but the game again. So there's two different sides here. So the other night when England played Holland, Vardy came on. Yeah. And I'm sure he didn't touch the ball.
Really?
So the only thing he has gained, is making the runs. Yeah. Really, and working his socks off trying to get the ball back, but he's not touched the ball. So he's not worked on anything there. But then there's the other factor that comes in. Is in training. If he's doing all this in training, it's not going to be as effective. Like, so bringing Blackburn into it now, just because that's what I know. Joel Nuttall, I've spoken to you about him before. So he was in the under-23s. He comes in on a trial. He scores about 5 goals in 2 games. So he's playing in the under-23s. He's banging them in. So rightly, he gets the chance in the first team, and he scores. He scores in his first game. Bit of a scrappy goal, but he scored nonetheless. I love a scrappy goal myself. But he scored, and then he keeps playing. And my uncle, actually, that I go to football with, he says to me he's not ready. Because when he's in the under-23s, he's playing against under-23s. Yes. And then when you come in, and League One, there's not been many teams. I think there might have been one team that me and my uncle haven't said this, but every game, they come out, they shake hands, and then they run to their side of the pitch before the kick-off. And every single game, nearly, we've said they're a big side. Yeah. Because they've got these massive centre halves, just giants. And then you've got Joel Nuttall. He's a young lad. Yeah. He's played I think he played for Aberdeen or something like that. And then he's come into under-23s. He's scoring all these goals. Yeah. And then he comes in against these sides in League One. And he can't get a sniff.
That reminds me.
He's nowhere to be seen. He can't win a header. He don't make any good runs or anything. He's just so isolated, ineffective, like a waste of a player. Which he's not a waste of a player, clearly, because he's scoring goals at at a decent level, like Blackburn are
Yeah.
decent at under 23 level, but this is under 23 level. So it needs to be the right balance
Yes.
of game time and training. And in the training ground, does he then need to work with the senior team defenders and attackers, like learning? And will he be confident enough, like Danny Graham, Blackburn striker? He's a big character at the club. You can tell with the way everyone is with him. And is he going to be able to approach him and say, like, look, what can you give me some advice? Give me help. I'm not saying Danny Graham's like not a nice guy, but he might just like be at Blackburn just having a laugh, you know.
It for himself, You never know, do you? Because those type of players, they're so experienced, and you think Danny Graham experienced. Well, is he in his 30s now?
Yeah, 30.
So you've got to think the experience he's got of playing Football League.
Yeah,
he's played Premier League as well for Swansea, and you think that even though he's not done anything major, I'd love to have Danny Graham's career.
Yeah, he's been there and he's done it, and he's Premier League. He's scored in the Premier League. Then he earns a move to Sunderland. He went to Sunderland, and then I don't think he did that well at Sunderland. And that's when we got him. We got him on loan. Yeah, back end of not last season, the season before I think it was, and then we ended up signing him on a free transfer. That was one of Owen Coyle's transfers.
That went well.
And then like last season, Blackburn went down. Yeah, and I'm not sure. I can't think how many he scored, but yeah. So is Joe Nuttall, the youngster, going to be able to go to these players and ask for advice and get the help he needs?
It depends, doesn't it? It comes down to the person. But I was just speaking about stepping up a level. I was reading something. I can't remember the young lad's name, but he's playing in the same team as Forden and whoever won the European. Was it the European Championship?
Yeah, I think so.
It was a World Cup, wasn't it? He's playing in the same team as international team as these boys, and he's playing for Shrewsbury. Yeah. And I thought, what on earth? So I read this article, and he said he came through the youth system at Shrewsbury, and he stayed there. And he's 18 or 19, this lad, and he said the reason he stayed there because he knew the pathway to get through to the first team was going to be quicker. This lad's been playing first team football since he was 16 or 17. Yeah. And he said it's so much different than playing under 23 football. He said because at that level, he said every penny counts for the player. He said you're playing against people who need the bonuses to provide for the families. He said so it's not just 3 points or a good performance. It's about that winning. And he said if you don't give it your all, you're going to get absolutely smashed. Yeah. So it's that experience of real life football, not just a good game, boys. We're improving. You've had a good debut.
That's a really good point. Because is there then the extra edge, and is that what the edge that comes into a cup tie? Like a minnow against a big side. Yeah. Like definitely. Lincoln last season. And do they? They know they're going to get a bonus from it or something. Yeah, sure. Because they're making all this money from the run. Yeah. Like, they got £1 million games. Like, massive for these lower league clubs. Yeah. Like, Lincoln have got into League 2 now, and I think they're in the playoffs, Wow. And, they're rising up. But that money will have helped. Last season, they're in the National League, and they win the league, but they've got the cup run. They've played. I can't think who they beat. They beat Burnley. I remember that one, obviously.
They beat Leeds, didn't they? Was it Leeds?
I can't remember. They beat another big side. Yeah. And then they went to the Emirates. They had the tie at the Emirates.
They did, yeah.
And they got beat there, but that doesn't matter. They've got whatever because it's good. I like the way that the cup is split in half. The revenue is that's good for any team.
Massive.
If Blackburn got a tie against Arsenal. There's going to be 40,000 on or something like that or whatever. Yeah. So that's 20,000 worth of tickets going to us. Yeah. And that's at Arsenal. That's going to be a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely.
So the added edge then for them to succeed because it's such a big game and it's a big game for the club. It's not just a big game for them. Like
it's a publicity stunt, isn't it?
Yeah, just to bring more and then they can sell themselves. They've got and they might get a bigger contract where they are or get a move.
Yeah, because I can't remember who it was, but I think it's the same team. I'm sure they played Leeds and this lad scored 1 or 2, and apparently had a great game.
Yeah.
And then just from that appearance alone, there was talk of other Championship clubs coming in, and this guy's coming from what level they were at, National League, and he's coming in, and there's Championship clubs sniffing around him from one game, and you just think, oh my goodness, that's their cup final against any football league club for a non-league club to come up against them. It's going to Wembley, isn't it? And you're on the telly. You better have the game of your life.
Yeah. Well, this is what they're saying. If it's a Premier League or a Championship side against a really small side, usually they get the telly, and then that's more money. And they've got all the cameras watching then. Yeah. And you get all the clubs above you watching. Mm-hmm. And like even going from National League to League Two, that's going to be a jump in your wage.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because some of them players don't even get paid at.
No, I think some of the part-time.
Yeah, part-time. You're semi-professional. It's crazy. But then that mentality, going back, you mentioned Vardy earlier. His mentality, he doesn't stop, does he? He's won the Premier League. Yeah. And he's come through very, very late. And to be fair to him, people said, "Oh, is he going to do it consistently after they'd won the league?" Yeah. Even though he's not reached that goal total, he's
still scoring goals in the Premier League. That is, you've got to say that to yourself. He's scoring in the Premier League. If I scored a goal in the Premier League, best day of my life, probably that.
I'd retire.
But he's scoring consistently. He's on a great run at the moment as well. Yeah, and he's in the England squad. But we said he didn't get a touch against Holland. But
he's always on the team sheet, isn't he? Yeah. No matter what he's doing it right, because there's never a question, is Vardy going to get in?
But yeah, and he was saying, it was Southgate was saying about Jake Livermore being in the side. Yeah. If you just find that for me, I can't remember. But Vardy, every team he comes into, he works his absolute socks off, and he runs. Yeah. He's so quick, and his runs are going to tire out the defence. Yeah, and that's effective in itself. Tiring them out.
You'd hate to play.
You would. If you're a big lump of a centre half, which you usually find, you need some energy to keep up with Vardy, because he can find the space. He'll get in the space. If England just whack it to the corner flag, he'll chase it no matter what.
Oh, definitely. But that comes from that.
Well, yeah, because he started from where was it? He was at Halifax, I think. Yeah, that's where he started scoring. And then Fleetwood. That's when he went to Fleetwood. Yeah, and then
that's where it all took off, right?
Yeah, and then Fleetwood sold him for £1 million in league. I thought it was non-league. Fleetwood were non-league, I think, when they sold him. Wow. Yeah, so Gareth Southgate has defended the inclusion of Jake Livermore in his England squad after revealing the extent of the midfielder's commitment to his country. So Southgate said, "I know that when I pick Jake, it is going to get a certain sort of reaction, but there is a specific reason for why I've done it. In November, we left him out and he was just about to board a plane. He left the family at the airport. He came in. He did really well for us against Brazil and Germany. And I think that has to carry some weight when you are building the spirit and culture around your team." I really like that quote about building the spirit and the culture. Yeah. And we're just talking about the England squad now. Mm-hmm. I think this is great because Nick Pope and Tarkowski from Burnley, I mean, they might be my rivals, but they've got in. They've got in on the merit. Yeah, definitely. And you look at the stats, Nick Pope's been best keeper in the league this season, off the numbers that they come up with on who scored, I think it was, came up with the numbers, like giving them a rating for effectiveness in the position, and Tarkowski as well. And I've watched the telly, and Tarkowski's not. He's an aggressive defender. You know, he got sent off against Brighton for elbowing Glenn Murray, but a bit of a stupid decision. But you know, he's playing in the Premier League. Yeah. Burnley are in the top half. Pains me to say it, but you know, Sean Dyche has got them going well.
Definitely.
And they've got in the squad because they deserve to be in the squad, which always used to annoy me, because some managers would pick just their favourite players. Yeah. And it shouldn't be like that. It should just be off the form of the player.
Yeah. I remember in 2006, the World Cup, Darren Bent didn't go, and he was a top goal scorer in the league. Not just English, but in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And you just thought, and he wasn't in the squad. I remember there being outrage, thinking, why is he not gone? And like you say, it was Sven Goran Eriksson, weren't it?
Would the style come into that the manager wants to play?
Probably not then, because there wasn't a style.
No.
It wasn't. It's just a bunch of fantastically talented individuals who used to turn up and have it weren't not a kickabout, it's disrespectful, but they'd try and win, but there was no
togetherness.
Yeah, no cohesion or anything. They were just literally a bunch of individuals.
Yeah. Well, but on that point, I think it was BT Sport again.
Yeah, it was.
Lampard,
Rio,
Gerrard and Rio. They were talking about. It was Rio was saying about the little cliques that they've got with Man United players, and then you got a Liverpool group and a Chelsea group and whatever.
Yeah. And
that division in a squad
is bonkers.
It's crazy.
Yeah. In fact, before Sven came in, they used to have at meal times. They used to have club tables, so there'd be an Arsenal table, United, Chelsea, and whoever else was there. They'd have club table. How on earth does that work? So then, even though Sven got rid of the tables, what would it be? A habit or a culture?
Yeah.
It will still be there. And that's probably a big factor.
Yeah, because
why it never happened.
So when these players were in Rio, Gerrard and Lampard, when those players were in the squad and they've got those groups, and then let's say I can't think of a specific player, but a Man United player, he's in form, gets called up to the England squad. Rio's still in the squad.
Yeah.
Rio will introduce him to the groups.
Yeah.
Introduce him to his group, and they're like, "This is the United group." But and it's trickling down. So does that still happen now? Not sure. But you're all footballers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You're working together. How there can be such
a
division
divide,
in a squad? It's just beggars belief.
Yeah, because like Southgate said, is building a culture.
Yeah,
and you just think fair play, because it's probably never happened that way with England.
No, and it should. It might not get results immediately. But if he builds a togetherness, I mean, tell me the squad. Tell me the squad that's the most together in the Premier League this season. Who's got the togetherness to?
It's got to be City without doubt.
Do you think? Not Burnley.
Yeah.
City, they're dominating the league, but they should be dominating the league. Burnley, they've got a rubbish squad. They've got 11 players, and then they've got right on the bench for them. Who have they got?
You don't even know, do you?
That can come and change a game.
No, nobody. Nobody springs to mind, do they? Nobody in the first team.
No, well,
in the first 11, you think, who are they?
Aaron Lennon.
Yeah, Aaron Lennon. Yeah.
And then you've got, and I know a few Burnley fans, and they're saying to me, look, he needs to make a substitution. Like Dyche, he doesn't like making subs.
He's got no players,
He's got no one to bring on. If they're 1-0 down, I mean, you look at the statistic that Burnley have never, I think they've won one game in the Premier League from being 1-0 down.
Really?
And I think it was Everton a month or so back. I think
they
were 1-0 down.
Yeah, they were, and they won 2-1, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I think.
Yeah, they won 2-1.
Yeah,
I remember.
And then, but the belief, he's got the belief in his squad.
Yeah.
But he started building. He's building his style of football, which is working hard for everyone and just completely closing them down. And then, who was it? It was a cup game very recently. And the commentator said it were Wigan. Wigan and Southampton. It was.
All right.
And they were saying that Wigan, because they're Wigan are League One and Southampton are Premier League, and the difference in styles is massive. Wigan are closing down, and they're working hard.
Yeah.
And Southampton, they're standing off and keeping the shape. So Wigan have got all this time on the ball.
Yeah. And
Southampton have got no time on the ball.
It's that mentality again, and that wanting to work hard to do well for your team. Not for yourself particularly. Yeah,
and that's it. The selfishness needs to go, and I think Sean Dyche has eradicated the selfishness.
Oh, massively.
And I want Southgate to eradicate the selfishness. I hate watching England. I don't like it because I just get disappointed all the time. It infuriates me. I remember last tournament. Was it last tournament? We played Russia, 1-0 up, and I was at the pub watching it, and it's it's all a good laugh, a few beers and all that.
Yeah.
And then Russia scoring last minute.
Was it Russia?
This might have been the one before.
Was it when we went out really early?
Against Iceland, I think.
Iceland?
Yeah, but it was the Russia game was in the group stage.
Oh, okay.
It was the first game of the tournament, and
right.
we conceded in the last minute to 1-1. And the despair, like it was in this big barn with a projector, and the despair that as soon as they scored, heads were just dropping, and it's just like same old England. That's pretty much the mentality they were thinking.
Yeah.
So I think Southgate is, he wants Livermore in because he said in that interview, he said, you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So that is bringing his own style in. So if Livermore's having a bad run, is he gonna get in the squad?
This is it.
Because Southgate said he likes Livermore.
Yeah.
And there's another thing. Can it just go off form? Or should you bring a player in because of the difference they can make? Livermore's a bad example because
he's not a game
he's not like a game changer, is he? He's you'd bring him on to hold the game maybe.
Yeah.
But like Walcott, let's just get the Walcott as an example.
Yeah.
Is he gonna I don't think is he in the squad?
He's not in the squad.
No, so if he goes, does he get in because he can change a game? I'm not that Walcott. I don't like Walcott. I don't think he's a good player.
No,
I don't think he can change a game. But a Riyad Mahrez style player.
Yes,
let's say. I can't think of anyone for England like that. A Riyad Mahrez.
That's the problem, isn't it?
If there was an English player like that, you can bring him on, and he can change a game. Well, Vardy can change a game.
Vardy can definitely,
but he didn't do it the other night.
No,
but he can.
Yeah.
Now, do you pick players off because they can? You know they can, or do you pick them off? They're doing it now.
Yeah.
What would you do? If you were in the hot seat, in the England manager's seat?
It's a tough one, but the example I can think of is a defender. It's Joe Gomez at Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. I've got to be honest. I can't quite remember how much he's playing for Liverpool. Is he playing regularly or not?
I think they're trying to slot him in beside
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk. Yeah, that's it.
And I remember when England played Brazil, it was a friendly, but he basically man-marked Neymar for the entire match, and Neymar barely had a sniff.
Yeah.
There was one or two half chances, and that's just because Neymar's world class. But the discussion after was, surely Gomez has got to make it in the squad because he's done it against one of the world's best players. So you've got to take him, surely. And this is it. It's that trialed and tested. Do you want somebody that you know when they're called upon, they can do it? Because like Gomez, to be fair to him, even though he's young, he's kept Neymar quiet for 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's a feat. That's a good.
Whereas you look at, there's a lot of talk about Glenn Murray as well not being in the squad because his goals ratio is fantastic. He's in a great run, but he's not tested. He's never played international football.
Yeah, it's not.
Is he worth taking a chance?
But a lot of these internationals that are playing against are in the Premier League anyway.
Yeah, and then is it worth taking a chance on him? But who do you leave out instead of him? As a strikers, it's difficult because you've got Kane, arguably one of the world's best strikers.
Yeah,
you've got Rashford,
who's one of them game changers.
Yeah,
he can come on and change the game.
Yeah. You've got Vardy, like you've said, can make a difference.
Yeah. Right, I'll tell you what. While we're on the discussion of England squad, let's see you pick your England squad now and reasons why. So we've got the goalkeepers here for you.
Let's have a look. Oh, what we're doing our first, or starting 11, or a squad.
I tell you what, you do. How many's in the squad? 20. Is it 25-man squad?
Something like that.
Right, we'll have a 25-man squad.
Oh my goodness, right.
So 3 keepers usually is.
Right, I'll have Joe Hart because he's been there.
Because he's been there. So there's the point there.
Yeah. Because even if he's not playing, can he pass on that knowledge and experience?
Yeah, like taking David Beckham that time, but in a coaching capacity.
Yes. Yeah. So I'd take Joe Hart because of that. It's a tough one, really. I'd take Pickford.
Yeah.
Because of the style that Southgate wants to play. I can understand why he's picking him. And probably Jack Butland. He's phenomenal, really. If he was playing for a bigger club,
Yeah, this is it. They keep saying about if they're playing for a bigger club, will he? This is the problem. Is that the wrong mentality to have if they're playing for a bigger club?
Yeah, it shouldn't make a difference, but it does, doesn't it?
Because Nick Pope is playing for Burnley.
Yeah.
And he's getting the most saves.
Yeah.
But is this because Burnley are not the best side? Is he getting?
Is it? Yeah, because
he
he's
getting
being
the
tested.
stats
Because he's tested
yeah.
more. Yeah, I know. What you're
But
saying.
if he's being tested more, he's succeeding more.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's a tough one.
It is a tricky one.
Right, defenders. We'll rule out injuries. No injuries.
Okay. Right, I'll go.
This is your World Cup squad.
Oh, God, there's some pressure here. I'd take John Stones.
Right.
I'd take Gomez because of what I said before.
Yep.
I'd take.
God, there's quite a lot.
I'd take Danny Rose.
Danny Rose.
I just like him.
Right. We'll do your squad, and then we'll do your starting lineup for the first game.
Right. So I'll go Danny Rose. Centre back's a tough one, isn't it? Really. I'd take Gary Cahill.
Okay.
Kyle Walker definitely. And Trippier.
Okay.
Oh,
Ryan Sessegnon, the name at the bottom of the list.
goodness me.
I'd say no.
It's too soon. It'd be a Theo Walcott, wouldn't it? You're taking him and he's not.
Yeah.
You can't, yeah.
So we've got Stones,
Not yet.
Gomez, Rose, Cahill, Walker and Trippier.
How many's that altogether? 6.
Yep. 6 defenders.
Have I got 3 centre backs?
Stones, Gomez and Cahill. Gomez can play full back as well, can't he? But I think he's
I'll put him at centre back.
primarily a centre half.
And I take Eric Dyer.
Okay. Is that all your defenders? Well, we can come back to it.
Yeah,
can't
we'll
we?
come back to it.
Midfield.
Tough.
It's tough.
Dele Alli, just for that.
Flair, the
Yeah,
creativity.
but he's going to link up well with the other Tottenham players, isn't he?
No, there's a separate attacking midfielder section. Right, we'll go to that after.
Right, okay, right. So
Surely Jesse Lingard's an attacking midfielder.
yeah, you'd say so.
Dele Alli as well. See, this is not this selection of. So I'll just go through the selection of midfielders we've got: Jack Wilshere, Jake Livermore, Ross Barkley, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Jesse Lingard, Jordan Henderson, Jack Cork, Lewis Cook, Dele Alli, Harry Winks, Fabian Delph, and Danny Drinkwater. And what would the midfield have been before?
Frank Lampard,
Scholes, Gerrard, Carrick,
Barry.
Gareth Barry. I love Gareth Barry.
Yeah, he's got the most appearances in the Premier League.
Yeah, there'll be more. We're just forgetting him. Right, go on. Central midfield.
We're saying no injuries.
Yeah, no injuries at all.
Right, I'm going Jack Wilshere then. When he plays, he's good, isn't he?
He's a machine. He's an engine.
Yeah.
I like the engine.
Lingard, he's in good form. He's unpopular though, isn't he?
Yeah,
but
I
I can
don't
understand why. But I'm taking him. My goodness, you look at these players on here. They've barely got any caps between them, have they?
Dyer can go in central midfield as
Yeah,
well. Don't forget
this
you've
is
got
it.
Dyer.
Also, we've got Fabian Delph in our midfielder list. He's playing left back for City.
Yeah,
Is he a better left back than Rose? Possibly.
depends in what way. Does Delph get forward as much as Rose can? Because Rose was deployed at wing back, wasn't he?
Yeah.
On Thursday,
But
Friday.
Then you look at the way City play though. You've got Walker and you've got Delph. They're so high up the pitch. They're playing on the edge of the box sometimes. A lot of the time when City have the ball, I'd put Delph in my defensive list.
Do you want Delph in?
Yeah, put Delph in. We'll keep him there.
Put him in the defensive list.
Uh,
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 14 so far.
Right, I'm taking Danny Drinkwater.
Is that it for those?
Yeah, I'll leave it at that for now.
Southgate receding. Where's Livermore?
There's another one, attacking midfielder. Ashley Young plays left back for United.
Yeah.
He's in the attacking midfielder. What is he? Utility man.
Well, that's a perfect example of what I said before. If you're on the massive money,
You're going to play anywhere.
you play anywhere.
You're
And
gonna
Ashley Young,
He's doing it.
he's playing for Man United.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not the best in the world now, but they've been the best in the world. Everyone knows who they are.
Yeah.
He is at Manchester United and he's starting.
Yeah.
Just the fact that he's on the starting lineup, I'd just be proud of myself.
Oh, definitely.
So, attacking mids.
Lallana, he's got to be there, and he's probably
I take Lallana.
he's probably our most un-English player, and that's why I'm taking him.
Yeah.
Sterling's got to go. He's in fantastic form.
This season he's been
He's unbelievable.
incredible. Right. Is that all your midfield? Dele Alli, Jack Wilshere, Lingard, Drinkwater, Lallana and Sterling.
Yeah.
Okay. Attackers.
Rashford's going.
Let's do a count now and just make sure we've got enough players. 18.
18. I've got a fair few to go under. I'm taking Kane.
Vardy.
Yeah, them big three. They're my first three. And I'm going for a backup. It's a tough one. I think Defoe would do it.
Good choice. I'd pick Defoe as well.
Sturridge nowhere near. He's not at all.
Where is Sturridge now?
West Brom. He's seriously at West Brom. He's gone on loan, I think.
Yeah. No, because it was Inter that was interested, weren't it? Well,
yeah.
He's not there now.
That was probably a footballing move as well for Sturridge. I feel a bit sorry for him. Looking at this list now.
Is it 23-man squad?
It might be 23.
Right, I think we've got 2 more left then.
Right, okay. Apparently Tammy Abraham's been phenomenal for under 21s or under 19s, whatever age group he's with. I'd put him in. I'd put Abraham in. Yeah. And I'm gonna go back. I'm going back to. Have I put Chamberlain in?
No.
I'll put Chamberlain in midfield.
Okay.
And that's my 23-man squad.
Okay, so goalkeeper's got Joe Hart, Pickford, and Jack Butland.
Oh, I feel bad not putting Porpy in. If he's statistically better, I'm put.
What formation are you going to play?
4 at the back. Oh, I'm going to put 2 holders.
4-2-3-1 are you playing?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's build your side. So in the net, starting lineup, first game of the World Cup 2018 in Russia. No England fans there. England almost pulled out.
They've all been stabbed.
In goal.
Pickford.
Yes. Good start.
Pickford, we're going to play out from the back, aren't we? I'll put Delph at left back.
Delph?
Yeah.
Goodness me, what a start. Centre back left.
Stones.
Centre back right.
Cahill, for experience.
Yeah. Right back.
Walker all day, without doubt.
Holding.
Chamberlain. I'm going to put him there. It gives us that. We can have it always.
The drive.
Yeah, we can always have it as a 1 then.
What if I put him there? Right, yeah. Don't worry about that.
So.
Who else is holding?
Who else have I got? Wilshere. I'd have Wilshere there.
Right, okay.
Wilshere next to him. Ali as your number 10ish.
Yeah. Left wing.
Rashford.
Interesting. Right wing.
Sterling.
Yeah. And up top on his own.
Kane. But
that's quite an interchangeable side.
Yeah, I've gone for fluidity really. Because that, in effect, your fullbacks push up. These boys tuck in. You've got 5. You've got a 5-man.
Well, Walker especially.
Yeah.
The pace down the right-hand side, Walker and Sterling. And Kane loves a cross.
Yeah.
Get a cross in there.
And he holds it up well. He's knocking it down to somebody. Rashford's going to score.
No, see, this was... I've said that about 60 times now, see this. We were talking about, and we might have spoken about it before, about the building a team, an England team, based on Spurs.
Yeah. You've got to go for that core, haven't you?
So if I was to pick... If I had that squad, if you were my squad selector, my GM, my general manager... I only know that term because of Moneyball. So I'd go Pickford in the net.
Yeah.
Rose at left back.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a risk putting Delph in there, I think.
Do you think so? Rose hasn't played much though. That's the only reason I put Delph in.
Yeah. Centre back. I'm going to put Gomez because I quite like Gomez.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put Cahill. I think Stones is a liability.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Right back is going to have to be Walker.
Yeah.
I wanted to give Trippier a chance, but Walker possesses more.
That's just because he played for Burnley. You're being biased now.
No. No. In fact, I tell you, he's not on that list.
Go on.
Tarkowski.
Tarkowski.
No, he's on the list.
Is he?
Danny Ings.
Oh, yeah, no, there's no point. He's
Never.
ruined his career, hasn't he?
How? Not his fault he got 2 career-ending knee injuries.
It's just gone to Liverpool. It was a bad choice. He went there when Suarez was there. He had no chance of getting anywhere near the team.
Right. Then my midfield is going to be holding, just one holder. Dyer.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have Wilshere. It's going to be like a diamond.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going for that.
It's going to be 4-3. 2 wingers and 1 attack.
Yeah.
Wilshere and Ali. No.
Really? You're not going to put Ali in there?
No, I tell you what. Scrap that. Wilshire in the hold as well.
Mm-hmm.
With Dyer. So it's 4-2. 3. Narrow. We're going to go narrow.
Oh.
We're going to go Ali.
Yeah.
Lallana.
Oh, I forgot about Adam.
And
Oh, this changes things.
Chamberlain. They're my 3 attackers. And then I'm going to put Vardy in.
4-2.
4-2-3-1. It's same as you, but narrow, so no wingers.
Interesting.
Lallana, Ali and Chamberlain providing the narrow attacking drive. I mean,
I know what you're
the
saying.
tenacity that Wilshire's got,
Yeah.
alongside Dyer's composure, that's good. Walker and Rose can bomb it up the wings, so they can provide the width.
They're your wingers, aren't they?
So really, in effect,
you've got a 4.
what's going to happen is Rose and Walker are playing wing back.
Yeah.
Dyer is going to sit.
So you've got 3 centre backs.
3 centre halves pretty much, and Wilshire can, just float around.
Yeah.
He can provide.
You've got your cover and your drive forward.
Cover, yeah, and if he gets the ball, he's going to pump it forward. And I really like Lallana. I think he's a really good player.
He's crafty and he creates.
Yeah.
He creates.
I won't put Chamberlain as a holding. I don't think he's got.
No,
I don't think he's got the right attributes for that, but he's got good attributes to attack because he's played wide.
Yeah, he's very versatile going forward.
Driving forward. I want these 3 players, Lallana, Ali and Chamberlain, they're going to run at the centre halves and Vardy's going to run at everything.
Yeah, that's stretching the pitch, isn't it, there?
But, yeah. Right. So they're the England squads. They're the England sides.
Goodness me. He's got, to be fair, it's a tough choice, isn't it?
It is a tough choice.
It's a very tough choice.
At the end of the day, it is a tough job that Southgate's got. But, yeah. Right, I think we'll leave it there, Monk.
Cool. It has been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. There's been some good topics discussed, good opinions.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining me.
No problem.
If you've got any topics you wish to be discussed at all on the podcast by Monk and myself, or if you want to even join us on the show, I'm not sure how that's going to work yet, but we'll try and sort something out. But if you've got anything you want to say, unless it's like mean or something like that, we don't want... No, I'm only joking. If you want to be mean, you can, but we're not going to take it. We're going to take it with a pinch of salt, really. No, but if you've listened all this way, thanks for listening, and we will see you next time on the Zone 14 show. Thanks, Callum.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
See you later.
Adios.